Executives at ABC are not happy with Michael Strahan, claims a source close to the network, after the newly appointed Good Morning America host gave an interview in which he reignited his feud with former Live co-host Kelly Ripa. They were livid, the source told dailymail.com about the reaction of multiple executives when they read the story. Things had finally calmed down, and then he goes and does this interview, throwing ABC President Ben Sherwo under the bus. Just last week, Ben Sherwo publicly apologized for the way Strahan's exit was handled, telling The Hollywood Reporter, "We made some mistakes, we fixed them quickly and we moved on." A spokesperson for ABC shut down claims that anyone at the network was livid, pointing out the Strahan's People cover story got its own segment on Good Morning America Wednesday. That segment did not, however, mention Strahan's comments about Ripa or Livia in the interview. Strahan spoke about leaving Live last May and the fact that he and Ripa are no longer friends. The source also said that the team at Good Morning America was also less than thrilled with the Strahan story. "They think it looks like he came in with his own agenda, which is himself," said the source. "It is just clear that he is always trying to blame everyone but himself for what happened, when in fact he is the one who said on Live 2 years ago that he would never leave the show and wasn't going anywhere." A Strahan said of his relationship in an interview with People that came out Wednesday, "At one point I think we were friends. I don't know what happened at the end." News of Strahan's departure this past April was surrounded by drama after Ripa did not turn up for work the day after it was announced he was moving to Good Morning America full-time come September. Ripa, it turned out, had been blindsided by the news, and it was a week before she returned to her hosting duties. "I wasn't surprised by her reaction at all, but I can't control somebody else's actions," he reflected. "I was there for years, and it's about more than just being in front of the camera." Strahan, 44, who had been on Live for years, added, "Toward the end of it all, we didn't communicate that much. I kinda looked at it like it was what it was. The show was going well. We're all winning. That's all that matters to me." The drama was such that Strahan left Live earlier than planned at the network's request, leaving Kelly, 45, to begin the process of finding a new co-host. "The most disappointing thing to me was that I was painted as the bad guy," said Strahan. "I value the way I carry myself," he said. "I don't want people to see me as, oh, he just ran out, just left them there. That's just not true. On air all I could do was control myself. In football, New York is the toughest place to play. One day you're the greatest player they've ever seen, then the next game you're the worst. But I got older in that business and I said, hey, it doesn't matter what their opinion is. All I know is I am doing my best, and I am giving it everything I have." Ripa, for her part, has not spoken about Strahan or the split publicly save for her first episode of Lit after he left, when guest host Jimmy Kimmel questioned her about the rumored feud. One of the questions was about Strahan's farewell episode, with Kimmel asking Ripa if the hugging and kissing between the two hosts was real or just faked for the camera. "We don't fake hug and kiss," Ripa told Kimmel. "It wasn't like air kissing, it was a genuine, I am going to miss you, good luck." Kimmel seemed to want to dispel rumors about the feud between Ripa and Strahan by noting that despite reports that photos of Strahan were being removed from the backstage and dressing room area of the studio immediately after he left, he saw plenty of the former football star when he arrived on Monday. Ripa responded to this by saying, "Well, we haven't gotten around to it yet." Kimmel then pulled out a piece of paper and said he had been on Howard Stern's show earlier that morning and had a list of questions for Ripa and Lit producer Michael Strahan. "I want you to look at Michael Strahan right now, who is in mid-something," said Ripa after Kimmel pulled out his piece of paper. "Are you sweating?" Ripa asked Strahan, who then joked that he was completely fine. Kimmel then asked his first question to Strahan, saying, "Strahan, will you ever talk to Michael Strahan again?" The producer responded by saying, "I am sure I will, you bet." Kimmel then asked if Strahan would ever appear on the show as a guest. "At some point, it's possible," said Strahan. "The executives have said they will likely select someone to replace Strahan by November, with many assuming it will be Ripa's good friend Anderson Cooper." Ripa made it clear she was angry with both the network and Strahan when she learned he was leaving the show for Good Morning America on April 19, only an hour before it was publicly announced. After missing 4 episodes, Ripa held hands with Strahan as she returned to the set on April 26 and joked that the long national nightmare was over. "I needed a couple days to gather my thoughts," she told the audience that day. "After 26 years with this company, I earned the right. Let's be honest, I know half of you called in sick to be here, so we get each other." Ripa added that apologies have been made and said she was thrilled for Strahan.